I did my nonfiction book project on William Zinsser's On Writing Well book. And so on the first page of my brochure, I just included this picture of the author William Zinsser. And I included that because as this is a brochure going through his book titled On Writing Well, I thought it would be a good idea to include a picture of the author so that the audience of the brochure knows a little bit about the book and who it was written by and can understand who that was. And so on the first page of my brochure, I have my exigence statement that says, "This book is sparked from the need for better writing and is important for students of this age to read and understand, to develop and perfect their writing as they are the future generation." So I included this statement of exigence to show that this book was inspired by the idea that people can better their writing and is important for people of this generation in school 2016 to 2017 to read so that they can also better their writing. And so the author uses rhetorical devices throughout his book to get this idea out that you can better your writing, and that's the point of the book. And so I also included this picture, which is a pencil and then all these different icons floating out of it to kind of resemble the idea that your writing is based on your thoughts and ideas, something that is presented in On Writing Well. And so on the third page of the brochure, I have my rhetorical analysis paragraph, and I focused it on William Zinsser's arrangement. So I wrote, "William Zinsser does a great job of using arrangement in his book to enhance the reader's experience. Zinsser has his book set up with 4 different parts, furtherly divided into chapters. With each labeled part and chapter, the reader knows exactly what he or she should get out of their reading. Each chapter is made up of introductions to introduce new ideas and similar ideas formed into paragraphs. This arrangement gets rid of cluttered or hanging ideas or thoughts, adding organization and flow to the book. This keeps the readers focused and engaged as it has an informational rhythm to it that keeps the readers wanting more. As there's a lot of information present in this book, Zinsser's arrangement assists the readers and helps them understand every concept through its disposition." On the 4th page of the brochure then, I included my review statement, which I wrote, "Excellent book. This is one of the best nonfiction books I've ever read because it teaches how to perfect your writing, something used every day, in a fun and engaging way." And then I included a quote from the book, which comes from chapter 14, pages 134 through 135. "I'll read almost anyone's memoir. For me, no other nonfiction form goes so deeply to the roots of personal experience, to all the drama and pain and humor and unexpectedness of life." I included this quote because I like the idea presented, how he's saying personal experience, readers connect to that, and so that's why he enjoys reading memoirs, and that also is an example to the fact that it's good to include personal experience in your writing. As he includes a personal experience of how he likes to read memoirs, he's saying it's good to include that in your writing. So I thought that was kind of a cool way, and it shows his strong diction, which I really appreciated throughout the novel. And then on page 5 of the brochure, I have 2 other quotes from the book, and then I have this picture here, which I thought fitted really well with his book because it shows somewhat of the writing process, which the book is about writing, so it fits with that. So it just shows how you think, you write, you edit, and you polish to write a book. The first quote I have here is, "Clutter is the disease of American writing. We are society strangling in unnecessary words, circular constructions, pompous frills, and meaningless jargon." That comes from page 6. And I like this quote because as a person who doesn't like clutter outside of writing, I think it's really cool to connect the idea that there can be clutter in writing and to really go for simplicity in it. So I really liked that connection that he made there. And then the second quote I have is, "This is the personal transaction that's at the heart of good nonfiction writing. Out of it comes 2 of the most important qualities that this book will go in search of, humanity and warmth. Good writing has an aliveness that keeps the reader reading from one paragraph to the next, and it's not a question of using the English language in a way that will achieve the greatest clarity and strength. Can such principles be taught? Maybe not, but most of them can be learned. This quote is actually found on the page before this quote on page 5, but I really liked both of these even though they were right next to each other. I like this one because it's sort of a good introduction about what this book is going to be going into. He's saying that in this book he's trying to allow the reader to go in search of humanity and warmth, and I really like that he wants to present his ideas of writing with those things. And it just talks about an overall view of good writing and the English language, and how he's not exactly trying to teach them, but he's just trying to help you learn them. So I thought that was really interesting. And then finally, on the back of my brochure, which is page 6, I just included this picture, which I really enjoyed. It's just a book and kind of different things popping out of it, because that's how writing is. It brings these ideas and thoughts to life, in which William Zinsner did a really good job of bringing these points of writing and these ideas of writing to life for me. And then I just included my full name at the bottom. And that is my brochure for my nonfiction book project.